between Exotrium and Squegee. Now, Exotrium, it's nice seeing them back. We've definitely had them on stream here before at the Jeekly, so glad to see them out here again. But they're going to be coming up against Squegee, a newcomer. But both these players playing the same team, just flipping up who's going to be our point character out here today.
Yeah, I'm going to see a lot of the power of freestyle, I'm sure. Both these characters here work incredibly well with it, not to mention the added benefits you get of being able to bait some of the system mechanics with that extra tag out timer here. But gonna see Squegee getting put into the corner, hard knockdown for Exotrium with the limit strike. Keeps that pressure going with the rewind. Oh, but no pickup. Actually, I think the hit made it a little too plus for that grab to work. Good answer back. Trade of breaks for each side. Keeps going here, clips him with the low, a little bit of Hasagi ender just to keep that push back, and oh, there is the cross through with the cut through on the other side. Gonna be into the Ekko, simple B&B to take out the first character there. Ekko dropping for Squegee already and gets clipped on the jump too by the good old Ekko 5H. Nothing beats that.
Yeah, it's a weird situation too, right? Because Squegee spent that break earlier in the round. Not having it there for a Fury Yasuo is a decision, right? Like, you can decide, would I rather have had that Fury Yasuo in hindsight, or was the break when I spent it, you know, the play that I intended? So something to look back on if you're watching the VOD. But right now, we're not looking too bad. Able to at least get that break away from Exotrium to seal out that round. But a round that they sealed. So nice lead right here for Exotrium.
Absolutely. Just kind of seeing a little bit more comfort with the hits that they're getting, a little bit better conversion so far, but Squegee here getting a good route going here. Probably did not want the old side switch there, but almost had the ability to keep it going then. Was pretty impressive, but now finding ourselves on the other end of being limit striked. Oh, actually chased with the follow-up too. Not going to be able to bait out the break there, Exotrium, but kind of go back to neutral for both sides, but jumps right into the Yasuo. Jump heavy here. Gonna look a nice mid-screen route here, getting those air cut slashes here. Gonna get the tag out into the freestyle, then right into the time winder, tag back into, and limit strikes back to the corner. It's crazy. We took him all the way from the left corner practically to the right just to send him back again. That's some 2x KO for you.
Oh man, unfortunately couldn't get that stance H connection afterwards. Depending on the angle, you have to change your timing. Great pick up here from Exotrium. Going to go for that limit strike ender, possibly intended to kill, or at the very least on that last mix-up, but the roll keeps us alive long enough to swap to our Yasuo, so the Ekko could potentially heal back a decent amount of HP, but at the cost of this Yasuo's right here. Exotrium cashing out.
Yeah, it's one thing I was wondering if it was going to end at this point, but going to actually route into Yasuo here to actually kill. Spent 3 bars on the Ekko, 1 on Yasuo to do it, but absolutely finishing your food is the name of the game in 2x KO. Great 2H to answer that the jump in from Yasuo here as well. Actually, Fury Burst on the other side's 2H as well. Go ahead, reset, and gonna be a dead Ekko for Exotrium. Oh, but just a simple Hasagi into super will be enough. Looks like first game going Exotrium's way.
Doing a little bit of respectating here, guys, to hopefully get our game sound back. Let's see. But yeah, great stuff to Exotrium. Able to seal out this first game here.
You're on your own journey.
I'm holding my breath, Canyon. Oh, thank God. All right, guys. Now you can hear the Hasagees like God intended. Like Father Ride intended out here, Canyon. Great stuff. Great start here from Squegee, despite being down this first game and going Exotrium's way. We're having a great round start, a great tech chase as well. Good block here on this mix, despite the freestyle. Dude, the blocks from Exotrium have been pretty good here.
Absolutely gonna get that break to stop the super here. Jumps right into the down time winder. Asaki in through the wind wall to get the larger strike then, but ends up getting clipped on their jump in attempt. Ooh, just sends a little bit of a charge 5H follow up there from Yasuo. Gonna be able to get this route because of the Kara M stance. Dash through here into a knockdown. I don't think this will be enough to kill It's going to limit strike. I absolutely love that choice. Oh, a bit of backdash, just kind of see what their potential wake-up option was going to be, but not able to quite pick it up. There's that tag out as well. Again, great side switch as well. Squegee kind of finds some momentum here so far in the second game. We love to see when these players put it all on the line, don't quite just stop at losing that first game and giving up there. So should be in for a good set as we go forward. Great 2L to get us started here. Should be a strong corner route, likely into Lucien knockdown. Oh, unfortunate drop opportunity, but actually might be a good old reset and another drop as well. Oh, you hate to see it, losing a character for it. You mash out, but no full pickup then. 2H to get it going. Exotrium might have a chance to rob this round.
Oh, man. Okay. Whew, Squegee able to close out that round. We dropped our bag of marbles and then some. Definitely, Exotrium had a couple of opportunities to try to run away with that one, but Squegee said, no, this was my destiny. Closing out that round. So strong stuff right here. Going to be able to go for that frame trap super, man. We all press into it. I don't know why we do, but we do. And then was able to also call out that air tech as well. Squegee doing some good stuff here.
Absolutely going to get pushed back to a bit of a full screen game as well. Not quite able to utilize the Hasuke through the wind wall strike on the nugget, but great jump in heavy here from Squegee. Oh, unfortunate, no full pickup then, but gets to keep the pressure going. I will say, as someone who's played a lot of tag fighters at this point, sometimes drops, well, they definitely are not what you want. Being able to at least keep your pressure going, be plus enough on the hit to press a new needy, definitely can be enough to carry you through a round win, but oh, great responses by both our players so far, and a 2H from Exotrium. Oh, but the pickup was a little bit tough as well. Definitely one of the challenging parts of certain hits in this game. You have to be ready for the angle they come in at. Oh, and a weird side switch as well. Kind of a cool route. I guess I've seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, that's one cool thing about, you know, so many updates to the game being so quick is that we're able to see new routes, for better or worse, right? But good stuff right here. Squegee, despite the routes, going to go for anti-air combo here. One more interaction to take it, but actually getting called out on our Oki with that roll into throw. This Yasuo with a little bit of HP could potentially go into Fury at this point, Ganyan, if this round goes on too long. And then at that point, it's either player's game.
Yeah, I feel like, oh, there it is. Just getting caught on the landing part. You can't parry when you're in the air, so being able to send that dang near full screen strike is a good option here. Great answer back by Squegee, taking us to a game apiece, and we're going to game 3 already on our first set tonight. You love to see it. Just like I'm sure these players have been putting in a lot of time over these past few weeks here, whether they're trying to get better for tournaments or for themselves, or heck, maybe for these big offlines coming up here. Let's see what kind of knockdown we're going to get for our Yasuo. Going to reset off of that stance L. Immediate break out of Exotrium, trying to maintain, be the person who is in the driving seat. Oh, but find yourself nothing worse than spending that meter just to get hit again. Now you have to hold whatever situation you find yourself in. Tough spot to be for Exotrium, but they are able to get out.
Yeah, staying alive here for just a moment. I love using the Rising Slash and freestyle combos. It's so fire, especially when you're able to tag back and then get Yasuo to do something. So awesome routing right there from Squegee. About to be rewarded for this round 4. It's going to be that air-to-air, that preemptive button here from Squegee that puts us at this advantage. Exotrium still fighting back here with that far end here.
Ooh, and the tag out, they called the Ekko just in time to be able to immediately respond into that tag in 2H. Love what I'm seeing from Squegee so far, answering back. Despite dropping that first game here, just a lot of momentum has gone in their way, but Exotrium going to get a strong route here. Likely not going to spend the meter as well. Ooh, and I love that actually is grounded just cut as well to be able to hear so much damage on this Ekko here. Going to be alive though, and unfortunately going to build a lot of break meter, actually all the way back at this point for Squegee. But, you know, kind of have to cash out at some point. Still have 2 Ekko bars in the tank, but not going to get a chance to use them. Looking at set point right now for Squegee.
Strong stuff here, man. I saw what Exotrium was going for. We definitely had a mountain to climb, so by spending all that meter, you left yourself room to gain it. So Right now trying to spend it on that parry. Unfortunately, didn't go out into our favor, so then we have to break it out. But Squegee, despite that, is staying on top of you like a glue trap, man. Tagging back to this Yasuo to go into this limit strike routing. Exotrium doing a pretty good job of rolling out of that corner, though, for the most part. Has been able to get out of some of those sticky situations. Trying to get a counter hit right back. We're going back to Nooch, but the 2H confirms an anti-air, and Squegee is sitting here on set point.
My goodness, probably feeling pretty darn good. Taking out that first character ready, having the break advantage as well. Oh, but Squeegee's going to immediately get crossed up there by the Yasuo. Good job of finding an opportunity to answer back here. Great stance H into that corner, then going to get the slump, which allows for a full pickup here. The damage is stacking up, dang near 50% out of nowhere. Good utilization, recognition of still having the wind wall up, so you can get the tornado pickup then, but just add a lot of gravity scaling to your combos. Not able to finish it fully, but gonna kind of roll out as well, and now they're finding themselves getting absolute clipped here. I don't think there's quite a chance unless you have a way to tag into Ekko. You won't here. Gonna go into the super, not quite dead, and there is gonna be Fury from Exotrium. How are they gonna respond?
Well, hopefully it's an early Fury spent so we can get that activation going. But Squegee felt it coming, right? Was ready to block it out. I mean, probably, I don't know. I did not expect Squegee to be on that side, but that's where we were. Blocking that break, taking out Exotrium here, but in a close set, 2-1.
Yata versus PCH. Yata on the Yasuo Ekko freestyle versus PCH here. Going to be bringing in the Ekko Vi freestyle. And I've been seeing this Ekko Vi freestyle a lot more often. We saw Hikari play this as well, and Hikari played in the previous Jeekly that we had. So definitely excited to see what people are going to show with Vi, who's kind of a character that like doesn't get into the major conversation as often, just because of like, you know, the top four are pretty clear and pretty strong in a lot of what they do, but Vi definitely has a lot of strength as a character, being able to work around some of the things like the retreating guard, as well as having command throws built into her pressure. But great answer back so far. Is that first break being spent by Yata. So much of this game is maintaining your pressure, your game plan, your sequence, but nothing worse than whiffing a J2H right in front of your opponent, Jeek.
Man. Yeah, especially with some of the changes too recently to try to make it more punishable. Nice stuff here. Going to be closing out this Yasuo here. Yata going to be on this Ekko back foot. Not a bad character to be stuck on. And not a bad character to have full meter there on for your tag supers, right? I mean, Yasuo going to be able to go for some of those crumples potentially if you can get out of this corner. But PCH is just staying on top of you right now, man.
PCH absolutely meter dumping it out at this point. Not going to be enough to kill, I'm pretty sure, but damn near close. And the chip on the holdout as well. PCH showing us who they are in this first round so far. Incredibly well piloted too, but Yata answering back with a parry on some of this broken up pressure. There's utilization of that knock up with the Vi's special S1 wake up attack. Gonna bust her out, but then still get stuck in the corner here. Ekko just tagged out just to get themselves beat up them. Wondering when we're gonna see the break being spent for PCH, if at all. This damage is gonna add up so much, Jeek. Oh, at this point here, Limit Strike is the best thing you could hope for to get out of it, but there's the break finally being spent. Get some of that health back, but it ends up being covered so far by Yata's choices as well. This sandwich pressure just never ends, and the chip out will be enough to take that first character.
Man, crazy stuff right there. I think this, I mean, the breaks are being spent back, left, and right out here. Definitely some quick spends from both players. Going to cancel on that level 3 at such an opportune time. You already had so much cash out on that happy birthday right here. This level 3 is going to further take Yata down to a hard spot. I mean, for a second there, PCH actually had the life lead, I believe. Going to tag back after that drop combo. PCH comes out on top with this Vi. This Ekko still looking pretty healthy here. Going to have to build up some meter to fight back. We do have that advantage, but other than that, it's either player's game.
Yeah, and I respect Yata trying to go through with the cross through on the Yasuo before ends up getting this round answering back here. but I think that ended up actually being a true string, which kind of ended up making the mix a little bit more reactable with blocking that low follow-up. So good stuff here from PCH, doing their best to still navigate, clean up the round as well. Break available for both players pretty shortly again, as mentioned before, Jeek. Both players trying to find their best chances to be able to spend them, not let their opponent get too far ahead in any of the meter management game. But retreating guard gonna give us a little bit of space to work with here, but gets clipped in the toes on the way in. There's the first break being spent of this round 3. And if this first game is showing that this is gonna go the absolute distance here. Great pallet attempt with Yasuo's Rekka to potentially get it going then, but they knock up into the Time Winder. Great route here, gonna get a crumple into the break from Ekko. Oh, but unfortunately drops out, not able to finish their food. And now you're getting comboed into the corner, likely gonna be into a limit strike option. Oh, actually gonna take back into the Yasuo here. Oh, but no ability to actually kill. Take the space. The stance 2H is enough to take it out here. Ekko falling first for PCH.
Oh my god. I see that and I think, and if you close your eyes with a Nago 2H, but great anti-air there from Yata, man. Oh my gosh. It's going to be this Ekko, though. That's going to be beating up PCH Vi here. I got to say that the Vi has definitely been a strong part of PCH's team, at least here in this first game from what I've seen. That cross-up is going to be the last bit of mix we need to close out the first game here. Yata out here, hashtag breaking the wind to take this first game. But honestly, PCH with that round lead at the start, I mean, PCH was, I mean, the whole game was looking great, of course, but with that round start or that round advantage at the beginning, I'm excited to see what PCH has in our pocket going forward.
Yeah, I think you're probably just kind of seeing some interactions that just are essentially being gated between the strength of characters in Yasuo and Vi's differences, but Vi can absolutely swing, but the utilization of all the good tools that Yasuo has definitely kind of puts him in a, I would say, slight tier above. Here you are seeing, oh, unfortunate drop here, maybe even a bait choice by purpose then for that break, but nothing worse than essentially giving your opponent 2 breaks there by getting an unsuccessful bait. But this rollout will keep them alive. Ability to play neutral. Tried to send the Yasuo with the tag out. Then our players are trying to spend every last available strike to win out on some of these RPS situations, but no full pickups. It is just Scramble City right now, Jeek. And these players here are not stopping the swing. Good block on the overhead. Gonna tag into the Ekko here. Oh, actually gets the follow-up strike into super, but no full combo then. And a break answer back from PCH.
Oh, that was tricky right there. That wake-up attack was what you needed to get out of that mix. But that charge heavy on the other side while the Yasuo is pressuring you, bro. Yata is definitely all over you right now. Tagging back. Here comes the level 3. That's on the support character, though. So, yeah, I mean, definitely not what we expected with that level 3 connection. Good block right there from Yata and game sense to avoid that super.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure how the response was going to be with that choice there, because like clearly it was going to hit the assist, but is there even an ability for you to punish from that distance? Wasn't quite, but enough to be able to still close it out there. Yata just showing absolute comfortability with this Ekko, and while they have a very strong Yasuo, it feels like it has been so much of this Ekko being able to clutch up so far here. Parries the falling Time Winder, but still gets hit by the overhead because of the clone. You get this full combo here. Gonna go straight to Limit Strike, immediately into the Rewind Super. A couple lows to check what your options are, and the character being answered back. Right now, Yata sitting on set point here. If they can just finish off this character, there is the Fury response. Gotta be careful though, and one incorrect attempt getting clipped by something from Ekko could definitely spell a dead character coming up here. But Yata finds this turn, just working down that Fury meter. Well, gonna get hit into the Time Winder. Great pickup, no full combo though, but enough here potentially to get it with the break. There it is. Launch it into the tag as well. Should be a super to wrap it up. That is 2-0 for Yata over PCH, with DDMJC0 versus our wonderful duo in Ramza 30 and Newbie. Gonna have the duo of Ekko and Jinx versus Yasuo and Ahri, definitely a new team that I feel like the power level has been a little bit understated as far as, partners that work together, but Ahri was kind of surviving a lot of these changes and, find herself in this new upper category of character power and character strength. But so far, seeing Ramza here just kind of hold the space with this Jinx. Definitely a very active Jinx as well. It's not going to sit there by the time they're firing rockets. They're putting out the monkeys and the traps. You better be ready for this circus.
Nice break out of this corner here. I gotta say, I think Ramza and Newbie. So first off, I kind of told you there in the beginning. I'm sorry, I had the name swapped for a moment. An awesome back throw here from Ramza. I think Ramza's actually been playing some solo matches as of late, some solo runs. Of course, we know them as the duo, and that's where we see them here in these top 8. So, I mean, now seeing them back, sharing the sticks again, we're going to see if that's the case here in this qualifier. But DD showing off earlier this Ahri in one of their previous runs, now showing off on the new skin, which I got to say looks fire. Oh my God, I got to pick that one up, but not sponsored, by the way. Great throw here from Newbie. Trying to fight here on this Ekko despite your partner being down. DD just a solo player, but both characters alive. He's going to be able to route into this Ahri here. Level 3 in your back pocket as well. This could potentially be a dead Ekko Ganion. And it is.
Oh, absolutely here. You had so many ways to end up that route. You could have done a held orb route. You could have done just, I think I let orb rock as it was. Definitely gonna see some real power come from this Ahri, and you are not joking. The winter line definitely looks very, very clean in game. So cool to see as League of Legends fans, seeing these skins get brought into the fighting game as well. So gonna get pushed to the corner here, get that knockdown going, limit strike for that meaty projectile. No choice to wake up here from Ramza on this Jinx. Just kind of getting stuck then. Newbie kind of getting beat up in the back. Did finally roll out there, but the additional overhead catches them as well. Gonna send out the monkey here too. Should be able to get answered by the orb super. But actually doesn't get clipped at all. The monkey was above it. Gonna kind of go back to that full screen mini game here, but good rocket. Ahri's love to sit in that upper corner, throwing down those fox fireballs here. But a character like Jinx definitely can answer a lot of these choices from mid-screen and going indirectly into the fire. It actually ends up picking up as well. Dude, despite kind of the odd back and forth neutral we're seeing right now here, Ramza looks so comfortable here, Jeek.
That monkey taking the neutral screen for us right now. DD just trying to wake up with this Yasuo, but between the monkey and this Ekko, you just had no chance to. Oh, great tech right. That was a very late tech, it felt like. That must have been, I don't know the curse of playing too many fighting games. I actually don't know the throw tech window in this game, but that felt like the longest it could have been. Great stuff right here. It's going to be that Yasuo going down to a throw here. Ramza on just a little bit of HP on this Jinx, but it's just enough to keep fighting.
Absolutely, but there is what I've heard people deeming the SQ with just sending that Ahri orb super full screen. And you were saying before about the monkey playing neutral. How about this ball of magical force holding down the neutral for me? Great stuff here by DD, answering at least a round back, going to a round apiece. Ooh, you gotta be careful when setting the wind wall with Yasuo, but actually because we tagged into the Ahri, be able just to block it and run in, but no full pickup here for the as well. Getting kind of forced back into this full screen mini game against the Jinx. Gonna get a pickup as well. Oh, but actually doesn't get the full combo. Is gonna spend the break just to push them back to the corner. But there is the trusty old Yasuo JH. Get me started. Let me get about 50% here. Actually, even more if we're willing to spend the super, and we are. There it is. The bug still coming into effect here. I wonder if that 20th patch will be removing that option for Yasuo, but does kind of allow these guaranteed 60% routes off for a basic B&B. Really strong stuff here. Good throw so far. Oh my God, baits out the wake-up attack too. It feels like our players are absolutely in each other's heads right now, but love seeing this from Newbie, who sometimes, don't get to see a lot out of them until Ramza ends up dropping here on the Jinx. So good stuff so far.
Yeah, I gotta say, the cool thing about hitting, oh, nice Fury break bait right there. However, it wasn't ready for the first punish, but was ready for the mix after. With this Fury defense, I don't know if this would be enough to kill. Definitely was an interesting route here off of that tag from the grave. Only needs one more hit to take it, but with that Fury defense and that HP coming back, it was only delaying the inevitable as DD gets our first game out here. Great stuff on this Yasuo Ahri. Definitely not surprised to see them cook. Was very happy with their previous performance, but also with Ramses and Newbies. They are definitely, I mean, like I said it before, I wasn't kidding. There are a resident duo out here in the Jeekly, are one of our strongest, always making it very far up in those top 8s. I think even in like top 4, top 3 before. Don't quote me on that. Good stuff here from DD, however, though, on this Ahri. Going to be able to take with that Orb of Deception and put you in the corner.
Absolutely great job routing into that left right pickup too. Sets out that meaty projectile just to be able to cover so many options, including wake ups and rollouts too. But gonna send that break back immediately. Well, both players sending their break right away. So much of these tag fighters is being the one keeping that momentum going here. Oh, doesn't quite do the full charged out chomp. I've seen a lot of Jinxes take advantage of a held chomp on knockdown, which actually does cover back tech. So unfortunate here to not have that covered there as well, but Newbie's going to get us started with a great jump M from the Ekko here. Finish this route, and it should at least be a good chunk. Get into Limit Strike. Oh, doesn't quite get it. Rolls out here. Not where you want to be in. Watching yourself taking this full string. You're going to get yourself pushed to the corner likely as well. Oh, but actually the route side switch is unfortunately here, but does allow DD to kind of play with that hard knockdown, sends it into the tag at some point. Here is the tag pickup. This Ekko, this Jinx has been dead and still getting her ass beat for the past like 15 seconds. My goodness, it would not tumble out. That is crazy work, I have to say.
What's the Simpsons meme? Is he's already dead? Oh my god, that was great. You know what I'm used to seeing, or what I was thinking of before I was thinking how funny it was that normally that's when combos drop, right? Is you're stuck hitting the support character. You just want to pressure the point character, but because of the weird hurt boxes and stuff and hitbox extensions hitting support characters, it can get weird. But here is Ramza fighting out of this corner on the Jinx. Ahri's going to be taking a bit here. You may see an early break from DD potentially to get some of this gray health back, but until then it's going to be an anti-air going back and forth, trying to keep the combo going with that tag in the Yasuo, but at least we keep our opponents here in the corner.
Absolutely, just kind of keeping her boxed in, and I have to say, DD's calls of this Ahri Foxfire assist definitely holding down these, you know, jump in options into, or heck, even whiff options then, and keeping yourself safe. It's very much a component of playing tag fighters, letting your assist do the work for you. Definitely incredibly strong stuff so far here. Gonna get that orb super to answer back, then jumps back as well to make sure that Newbie has to block it on the way back in, but a jump over with JH into a empty low essentially. Gonna get this hit started here as well. Goes into Limit Strike, there's no quite way to quick kill yet, but actually gets thrown from their own pressure. Definitely one of the worst feelings to have in fighting games, but it is very much a part of it. Make sure your stuff is real. Great dash up to be able to pick up off of that strike through on the wind wall here. D showing that they are so comfortable with their options here. Gonna get picked, but this Yasuo is absolutely getting obliterated with that Fury bonus damage too. Sending out a Jinx super assist as well to tag on a little bit more damage. Oddly enough, I think the health advantage is actually in Newbie's favor, and even more so with a dead character.
Yeah, probably didn't expect that run under right there in combination with the super assist from the grave. So great stuff. The hit confirms into level 1. Newbie on the Ekko on the back foot. Now Ramza was playing there too. That's what you're doing from the grave as the other character, right? The super assist, you time the Fury there. So, you know, Ramza was playing that match as well. But, you know, Newbie on the sticks on that Ekko, able to come back there. Awesome stuff.
Both these players here bringing out their best to get themselves into that top 8 winner side. No better place to be than top 8, and you still got your bonus life left, so very much want to have that bit of extra padding here. But good stuff from Ramses so far, just keeping DD out, keeping DD frustrated. No full pickup into the firework, but a lot of times you get a little bit of extra chip. Meaty projectiles too on their way down, but here is the little mini game. Come at me, bro. Just make it through all of this stuff I'm putting at your screen. Are they gonna get a pickup? And they are into the laser here. Ramza is just so comfortable with this full screen plan. He's just saying, come to me, bro. I bet you will. And actually blocks the break as well. Ramza 30, you are built different.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Dude, both players on this team having a chance to get a clip of their own, it seems, here against DD in this game 2. Now, this Yasuo... Okay, I spoke too soon. Newbie said, hey, my bro got a clip, and I'm going to ensure that we keep it. You know, I need to get this game. I can't clip and lose the game, right? So, awesome stuff right there from both players. This Ekko and this Jinx are resident duo, Ramza and Newbie, but Didi is a very strong player here on this Yasuo. How do I say it? Yari, the Yari team.
You can call it Yari. Yeah, it's like, you know, their ship name, if you will. You know, you have the what was it? The Benefer? I don't know. I'm sorry. Talk about things that aren't even relevant to this right now. Let's stay on 2x KO at this point. Good stuff. Good route here so far from Ramza. Gonna go ahead and route into this fireworks. Super sets up a bit of stuff while you are in the clouds here. Good job staying elusive, then gets caught by the Yasuo JS1 here. Oh, but a bit of full screen too. No punish on that 2H. Already committed to an option on DD's side. No pickup here off of the back throw without your assist being out here, but not a problem to be. Once again, we have seen Ramza play this so well, and they attempted to shoot out the Orb Super. There's something where that could work out, but did not in this situation. Find yourself getting comboed here. When will the break come out? There it is. Nothing like playing with your duo homie and I hope my homie bursts me out of this one here. But we've seen these players here play together so many times. I think that was a charged rocket as a part of that string combo as well. Really cool stuff here from Ramza, showing that they are ready for any of these pickups. Gonna get the held Orb Super cross through. More than enough. No limit strike though, unfortunately. No super meter to work with as well for DD, so gotta be a little bit careful on some of these choices. Actually just stuff out these super assists and the J jump heavy 2H as well. Gonna get the crossover. This route is doing so much damage. I don't think it'll be enough to kill. Just gonna go for a limit strike. What's next gonna be? Jump with the overhead as well. Meaty button to follow up. You are getting chipped out, but they actually end up pairing these super assists from DD. Answer back with the orb, but no full combo. What is going to be? Is he going to spend the fear if it comes in? Doesn't even need it. DD taking the first round here. Find themselves potentially on set point.
Man, that was some crazy play from both players. DD still the one to come out on top there, but honestly, either player's game, depending on how that routing worked out. Both players using their supers full screen and such. But right now, back to normal, so to speak. Both of our characters are alive, and DD is on this Yasuo playing that full screen wind wall game plan. Can be very strong against Jinx trying to do that, two-step zoning. If you can have that first step to set up the wall, you can kind of nullify the whole thing. Great stuff here, though, from this Ahri cashing out here against the duo. This Ekko is going to have to wake up and try to get some of this gray health back. Jinx trying to canonically keep her lover up, man, but the mix is too strong.
Oh, not only is the mix strong, but so is the damage. This full Fury bar gonna be left for Ramza here. Newbie making the decision. That's one thing you got to be considerate about when it comes to running the duos as well, is that normally, you know, when you have yourself kind of running the team in its entirety, you get to make the active decisions about keeping either the team together as two characters or maybe saving it. But sometimes saving it for a character with almost no HP, when an assist can get clipped so easily, when will it come out? That full Fury, they're making a great call. Look at that chip damage as well, coming in so heavy on that Fury for Ramza here, but unfortunately it will not keep you safe. This pickup, I think, as long as we can finish our food with a tag, and I love that recognition from DD. We finished this route and the set, it ours. 2-1 DD MJC 0 over our duo Ramza and Newbie. Great stuff, y'all. Players, like I said before, Lucien versus Yata. Gonna be a battle of the freestyle. Mix Central back and forth. Cannot wait to see who brings up the best. And like I said before, guys, my favorite aspect when it comes to freestyle in 2XKO is it genuinely can feel free. It is up to the players to show us what kind of grime they can put together when the sandwiches start happening in. And first hit going the way of Yata. Gonna get Lucien put to this corner, limit strike, set up the reversal super here, clips him in the low. When will the break come out, if at all? Not even getting a chance. Limit strike again. It just feels like we were just here. Deja vu, if you will, Jeek. This is gonna be potentially a dead character with that overhead. There it is. And wow, Yata speed running that first character.
Oh my lord. And guys, don't worry, I'll update the colors here in just a moment, but if you're not keeping up, Lucien, of course, on the pink characters out here. I mean, honestly, if you blink, you miss the Yasuo, right? This round has been explosive for Yata so far. But I mean, honestly, both these players come from a game that we know is quite explosive, and this is definitely one of the most explosive teams, I gotta say, in terms of being able to mix people up, get people stuck here in some of these neutral freestyle situations, and also cashing out with these tag routes as well, tag launchers. Going to be able to go into the level 1 here to keep things simple. Yata finishes our food in this first round with a full health Ekko. No one even spent break, man.
Yeah, that was about as clean as you could ask for in a round of 2XKO. Yata here shown so far, and I love that attempt here to tag into the Ekko mid-route. One element of freestyle is it does make baiting out the break a heck of a lot easier with the extra time of the character staying on the screen. Good utilization of that command overhead, tags into the Yasuo for the pickup, and then back into the Ekko again to try to finish the food. Break being spent by both sides at this point, but good stuff for Yata here, finding that Kara for the pickup then. Gonna be knocked into Time Winder. Oh, doesn't quite connect like you want. Some of these combos are so specific of when you do the calls and there, but ends up still working out in Yata's favor. Potentially could be a first game if this works out for him here. Good block by Lucien for that cross through, but still finds himself stuck in jail. The low after that overhead. Thought 2 overheads were coming in here. And I think as long as we finish our food, this should be a dead Yasuo for Lucien. There it is. Yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. You know what? Every time I think it isn't going to happen, I remember what this character can do in the corner. So good stuff to Yata getting that first game.
There you go. Yeah, Lolo said in the chat the triple down. Patching in the new fuses already. You know, maybe a little bit of power creep out here, but triple down already in 2XKO 1.0. Good stuff out here. I mean, Yata started up the last round strong, and I gotta say, deja vu out here. Yata still doing some cool stuff out here. Lucien gonna hold on. No, spending that break.
Ban that break just to get themselves hit again. A tale as old as time in our fighting games, but have to try to fight out at some point here. But at this point now, we have to watch the cinematic. Oh, and a fortunate drop for Lucien here from Yata. Gonna let them a chance to play neutral again, but unfortunately Yasuo just getting beat up in the back. Does tumble out at the last second, but honestly, if we just finish this route with however we desire, it is going to be a Yasuo coming in with basically no life. A couple chips and even a super should be enough to take it. Great parry to get started for Lucien, but unfortunately was too far away to get any pickup. I believe it was also on the assist, so you don't get as much time to work with. They are stuck in that corner, find themselves out, just dashes into this clumsy Time Winder. And there is not only the first round for Yata, but finds themselves potentially on set point.
Yeah, and a reminder that we aren't in our finals part of the bracket yet, so matches are still first to 2 until further notice. So you only have, the shots you have. Yata already poised to try to close this one out. Lucien about to get our break here. Gonna see if Yata was ready to bait it out. No, in fact, goes for the install, which I think was a good answer here, where you're able to still get the cash out for your attention while sort of OSing whether or not they break, because you still get the benefit of spending your meter. It looks like Lucien's going to be in the driver's seat here with that mix. It's going to be the empty hop in the throw, and now Yata's taking damage.
Absolutely, and go ahead and routing into that Tipper S2 super, which kind of allows for a better drop and knockup than be able to combo in after here, but break is going to be spent on that hit. Going to be able to clip out Lucian's Ekko, then kind of get forced to play back that neutral. Going to send the Yasuo tag out into Ekko, but answering back immediately as well. So it's like both sides are just doing their best to be able to button into their assist character then, but going to be the first character going down once again for Lucien, but they are fortunate enough to get a good clip with this Yasuo 5H to get started then. As long as we finish our food, it should be a dead Yasuo side of Yata. It is character apiece, but great life bar lead for Lucien so far.
Oh, another parry coming out. Man, I gotta say that the further we get in this bracket, the more plentiful these parries may be. Lucien, however, gonna with that wake up 2L is going to be able to stay alive here. And Yata has won the round start every time. I'm going to hold my breath here. He may do it again, but Lucien is the one coming out on top of that last round.
Absolutely. Going to go ahead and get the throw here with that meaty clone option, but it was end up being parried by Yata for the wake up. Going to push Lucien all the way to this corner here. Likely to go into a limit strike option if they can. Nope, just going to go ahead for that JS2 knockdown then. Take the option after the throw, and I think as long as we do the full sequence here, should be a dead Ekko despite but there is the break being spent. I agree, try to keep that team alive, but unfortunately now you no longer are going to have access to Fury, which is essentially a full character comeback potential in itself with the damage increase. So I hope it ends up being right, but unfortunately Lucien is finding themselves put into here. Just going to take that hard knockdown then, go into the rewind super, keep the pressure going, where Spear falls off there. Anytime you use any of the follow-ups after, it does cut off a big portion of that timer. But let the wind wall stop these pressures from coming in, but the pressure never ends from Yata. This is one of the elements when it comes to your tag fighters, your teams, your characters can feel so much worse when they don't have the partner to work with. So good stuff to Yata, following through, taking that 2-0 over Lucien. Y'all, coming up next, we are gonna have Bleed with the Ekko Illaoi versus Didi on that Yasuo Ahri freestyle. If you've been watching, you saw them earlier. This is our first time seeing Bleed tonight, but let's go ahead and see if Didi can even make Bleed. Let's get in it, Jeek.
We'll see, man. Bleed was able to make a whole bracket Bleed when he won the whole thing just a couple weeks ago. So we're going to see if it's going to be a repeat tonight. Bleed definitely seeded to do so, but DD is going to be our first limit test of that. I definitely like seeing Bleed on the Illaoi because personally I'm an Illaoi enjoyer. I like seeing what that character can do at the highest level. But I also am a big fan of how DD plays, and put what you can aside if you have any quarrels with these characters, because DD's playstyle is definitely one to behold, I gotta say, at least in this bracket so far. Good tag right there to keep your Illaoi alive here. Bleed pretty healthy on both characters. DD, despite taking some damage early, still trying to fight back. But to me, that full screen tentacle and then pick up after, Bleed was ready for that one.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a usual thing in fighting game. When you're fighting like the bigger, what inherently feel like slower characters, is that, oh, I'm full screen, I don't have anything really to worry about. Well, with Illaoi, you got plenty to worry about, even when you are full screen, with the follow-ups, the tentacles, things that end up being low, keeper plus, frame trap into themselves. This character can be spooky at almost every part of the screen, unless you have known answers to some of her pressure tools. So we'll be curious to see if DD can show us some of that stuff from defense, but so far, letting our orb supers do the work for us. I cannot blame here. Great OTG option to potentially cover any of the wake-up tools from Bleed. Gonna go ahead and route into that limit strike as well. Build the meter for both sides. Great bait on that wake-up attack with the immediate break from Bleed to get that turn back here. Break being answered for DD, but unfortunately not able to get any pressure going after. They did get the tag out so they could at least block on the way down here, which I believe was also changed in recent patches. So definitely something you have to worry about as often anymore. But despite getting the first break, DD side, they do lose that first character though.
Oh, whoa, that was a weird one. It looked like a 2H that connected with the Time Winder, so it traded with the overhead that was on the other side. Great stuff here from Bleed. Going to be able to pick up that tentacle. I gotta say, man, Bleed is so ready to confirm the tentacles when we tag back into that Ekko. And then also taking advantage of that Illaoi super here with our Ekko. Dude, that's crazy. Imagine Ekko with the Illaoi super. Well, now you don't have to imagine. Open your eyes. It's on the screen. Bleed just did it to win game 1 here in this top 8. Great stuff.
And you saw DD be able to at least run a little bit of pressure here, catch Bleed out on a few of their choices on defense then, but sometimes it isn't enough when you fight players of this caliber. Like, you need to really be able to not only stop offense, but answer back on defense. And so far, it's a great start for DD here, getting the first full route into knockdown then. Should be able to end with Limit Strike, get that meaty projectile going. No chance to parry here, at least not given. Great chase out with using the Illaois to follow up there. But good ahead and find themselves on defense too, but chases deep in with that 2H underneath here. Catches up then. Great route into the tentacle for a pickup as long as we finish our food. Oh, but there's the break. I was going to say that's definitely going to be a knockdown into that rewind super, but break for each side. Immediately answered with the 2H here from Bleed, showing that they are ready. I think if we finish our food, it could be enough to kill. It just is. First character going Bleed side here.
Yeah, Bleed is always ready to confirm with that super, and it does so much damage too. It's a pretty good one. You know, not all supers are made the same, and I gotta say, Illaoi's is probably one of the better ones in terms of being able to kind of just confirm off of, like, you know, your opponent's anywhere on the screen in front of you. As long as you just press that S1 super, you will get a hit, and Bleed gonna get another hit here on this Ekko with some mix. And B with just a little bit of HP. I don't think we're going to get another Fury spend this round, Ganyon, especially with that reset 2H. Bleed sitting here on set point.
Yeah, Bleed's offense is just so brutal. And a lot of times, too, like, a lot of their choices and what they end up going through, and even just their overall sequences, is like, you are just find yourself being like, where is my health going? And this whole time you find yourself taking this chip damage that is capable from characters like Illaoi, heck, even some of Ekko's routes here. But this great tag launcher route, gonna put Ahri out too, gonna clip them with the tentacle command grab, which is great, baiting out the parry option too. This route here, definitely gonna give a hard knockdown, I believe, into Tentacle Super. Oh, no full pickup then. Maybe even an empty reset for a low, but heck yeah, at this point, I think this should be enough to kill. As long as we can finish our food this time, I'm definitely looking like it. Oh, no, quite here. Caster Curse, maybe a desire to save the meter, but Bleed has such an advantage right now. Likely not even going to get a chance for DD to respond here in this set. Gonna go ahead and route into Tentacle pickup here, where the super... Look at this freeze frame as well. Ekko kind of aura farming for the end with a perfect 2. 2-0 for Bleed here over DDMJC0. Be PCH versus GoneMad. We'll have to see what our players are bringing in here. So fast on the cabs. We already got into the map, but gonna have GoneMad. Ooh, with a Yasuo Warwick freestyle combo. Absolutely big fan of this team and excited to see what people put. And also on the other side, gonna have Vi Ekko freestyle as well. I feel like at this point in 2XKO, it's tough to say that anything but freestyle is the best fuse to use, while you're still gonna get a lot of function out of the other ones with 2X assist and double down. There's just so much flexibility and extra access into toolkits you get with something as strong as freestyle. And we're seeing it already here so far. Ekko putting this poor dog into the pound. Speaking of pound, here comes the punch super as well. Not enough to kill though. Gonna get a tag out into this. Yasuo keeps him going, then blocks that Sever coming through. But the break, and there is the bait on the break by PCH here. Nothing worth being in. Not only do you lose that character, lose that meter, but find yourself in the corner as well. This is looking like a potential round 1 speed run for PCH here. Great stuff so far. Even baiting out that wake up attack. PCH is coming to play, Jeek.
Man, PCH. showing you how strong this Ekko Vi can be. We've seen some very powerful players with this exact team. I think it was just it was Hikari 2 weeks ago, I think, was playing this team. Also, this skin looks so good, bro. I am excited for the future of 2XKO Cosmetics, and I don't know, man. I don't mean to sound like you know, like, oh, I love the marketplace, whatever, but dude, this Warwick looks so insane in the green. Oh my gosh. Great fight out. Despite that, PCH not faltered by how good this GoneMad team looks, because we're still fighting against this Warwick. We have some tension to cash out with, tagging back and forth. GoneMad going to be down to 1 character here.
Yeah, GoneMad definitely showing us that, you know, they very much have the ability to make it and be a powerhouse in these top 8s, but fights up against certain players of this caliber can be tough that as well. Gonna go ahead and catch out the jump in with that 5M press. A character apiece. GoneMad saying, hey, I'm trying to go down quite yet, but the 2H is gonna find the JM here from GoneMad. Using that Fury cancel as well. Great cross through. Will we see the Fury spend? We are gonna see it from PCH. I was wondering if you're potentially looking to save that for the next round, but feeling all they need is that 1 hit, could potentially even be enough, but we actually rewinded into the meatiness of the button that is Yasuo 5H here. Great answer back, and PCH was willing to bet the house on that one. Not quite back, but we have 1 more round to go to see who's going to take this first game at least, and it's going to come to a bit of a sandwich sequence then, but able to fight our way out. Great answer with that Warwick anti-air tool here. Going to get the re-jump route as well. Going to go ahead and do a little bit of mix. Oh, and the wall cling into the overhead. Love what we're seeing here. I definitely wish we saw more Warwicks utilize the advantage of wall cling. A lot of capabilities there. Oh, and the hit confirmed with the anti-air into super. This is like a totally different GoneMad, Jeek.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, no way. The skin with the BL looks so good. Oh, my God. GoneMad. Yo, GoneMad just made Riot a sale. I'm going to keep it a buck.
And that's super gonna take it there. I cannot lie. It changing color and like even like it's almost like it's like moonlight now instead of like its regular lighting there when he goes into that blood rage then. But great stuff. And we were saying before, it was looking all PCH in that first round, almost to the point where GoneMad kind of really showed any real answers back and just absolutely brought the house here towards the end. Maybe some PCH need to think about when spending that break meter earlier, but good stuff here. Both players playing a little bit of the neutral out then, going much more GoneMad's way in this first round of game 2 so far here. But go ahead and sending that take a break then. Going to get anti-aired by the Warwick down S2. Great stuff, and the absolute change of the wins right now, no pun intended, with Yasuo on the screen is enough to really show that GoneMad definitely seems to have PCH's number right now.
Oh, I like that shimmy there. GoneMad probably trying to go for a wake-up attack or maybe a counter bait, but no, it's going to be PCH going down to this tag. Yasuo stands 2H. GoneMad with some really great routing with this team, I gotta say. Awesome stuff seeing this Warwick Yasuo freestyle cookout here. PCH sitting here in the face of GoneMad on set point. Been loving what I've been seeing from this team, and PCH with a good round start here can show me some more stuff.
Go ahead and catch the rollout with that Time Winder too. But GoneMad gonna go ahead and take this Ekko to the skies. Oh, kind of a weird sequence there. Like, we had a break that fell down, got the tag, but still ended up getting clipped on their way in. Oh, great utilization of routing into the tag out with that stance H on the kind of like high hit you get from the options such as the Warwick down S2. Oh, but actually spaces out the Vi reversal option with that Warwick overhead. Oh my God, GoneMad just bringing an absolute clinic with this team, working around so many of these tools, meaty wake-up options then, so definitely can see how PCH can navigate the sequence. But now, freestyle, I will say that the major kind of fall-off of this team, of course, is that you very much lose a lot of its strengths once you're down to your final character. Obviously, you still have opportunity to take advantage of super assist, I should say. Doesn't always give you the option to get that same level of mix, but works over the tornado here. PCH gonna go ahead and get a route. I wonder if, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the super time winder then. Another time winder as well. Not enough to kill. That is the nerf coming into play there, actually. Gonna go ahead and keep Yasuo alive despite having a little bit of the life lead. Oh my god, and a rare Vi super assist moment actually working out for us. This super assist, definitely one of the harder ones to use, but does put a very strong projectile out there at least. Big chip damage and enough to take the round. PCH answering back here in the second game.
I love this in the chat. I don't know why Warwick and the monk fit looks so good. Honestly, all of the skins right now looking good right now. I think the Yasuo is just the base skin, but the green chroma looking good. Let's talk about the game, man. We're even up in rounds here. GoneMad still on set point, of course, but PCH clapping back here, showing you what this team is all about. Oh my god, that mix was crazy. GoneMad will be getting this break here. It's a decision, you know, do you want to keep this Warwick alive? And it looks like that's going to be the call here. Doesn't tag back into our Yasuo just yet, though, which means this 2H connection is deadly. Oh, and unfortunate stuff. PCH in a really good spot.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure you're liking how your situation has turned around based on that first game and how it ended, and to where you find yourself now going into game two, potentially having momentum on your side, but going to go ahead and get a clip with that Warwick super assist. No full pickup after, though, for GoneMad, but going to go ahead and get that Hasaki into the assist call for Warwick to get that knockdown, set up that essentially meaty wind wall, get you a couple of follow-up tools to use as Yasuo, but just kind of playing this game. Oh, and that basic jump into down sever as well, trying to catch PCH on the cross. PCH not having any of it here. Great jump into, gonna go ahead and with that Vi ground smash follow-up then. No full pickup, still has to end up clipping, and despite a little bit of spaghetti to round it out, we got PCH answering back with the game themselves. Game apiece so far. Going into the third one, it can be anyone's potential now to get out and get themselves into that loser semis from this point, but what a set so far. We are seeing both players doing their best to be the best here and get a chance at that prize pool.
Nice routing right here. Still getting not only the BL, but the limit strike, right? So, like, limit strike, easy to go into your game plan because you want to build up break meter as much as possible, but also having Warwick on your team, you want to consider that third resource that you're mini-gaming towards, right? You want to be building that up and going and cashing out on it. I was going to say unfortunate stuff, but I guess you take the character kill there. Maybe you didn't have to spend the super, but that routing was what you expected. Otherwise, weird stuff right now. GoneMad going to still be able to take this fight in the corner. Not able to get the full combo, but this reset's definitely going to benefit you, especially as you get to this level 3.
Level 3, he spells it. He knows where you are. You can now outrun him when he is in Bloodlust. And definitely a spooky thing. Even if you survive getting through Warwick's level 3, he has a full Bloodlust meter to then work with. One of the strong things about that character. Interestingly enough, Jeek with Warwick assist, despite having access to some of these tools that normally build it, the assists themselves will not build up that Bloodlust meter. It has to come from when Warwick is your point character. Though if you do one of them into tagging out, it will still build it up. So kind of an oddity when it comes to the character's functionality, but gonna see a break coming out here. Great utilization of that wall cling to hop off the wall. Route here, gonna go ahead and get the break out from PCH, but ended up holding up, got chased by this Vi. Gonna go ahead and tag into this Ekko, definitely with the better Oki options with that Burrito OS, but oddly enough, kind of getting clipped on Wake Up here for GoneMad. Works out in their favor. We'll go ahead and put a good amount of damage into this Ekko here. Is the tag out again. Oh, no full finisher. Couldn't quite finish the food, but good meaty option here too. Kind of one of the elements of, oh, but unfortunately you air blocked that overhead, which keeps Warwick plus here. You are stuck in this corner trying to get out. When will it come? But a whiff 2H is a great way to see it. And I think as long as we find an option to end this route, this should be a dead Yasuo. There it is, the super punch. PCH not trying to let this to go GoneMad's way. Up a character, that freestyle team still together. The overhead being clipped here with that Ekko getting followed up into Vi, and just a simple finish of our food should be enough here to get a round answer back. We got a win apiece. We got a game apiece. Final game, final round here, Jeek.
Awesome stuff here, man. Loving what we're seeing. Awesome team variety so far tonight, I gotta say. And these players just also playing on top at the highest skill level that I've been seeing for some of these characters. Great stuff. Approaching with that sway back and your time wider forward. Despite that, GoneMad still fighting with these teams. It's going to be the break to try to keep that Ekko healthy. This Vi isn't going to be able to get as much gray health back as you probably anticipated, but able to time the 2H to punish that super. Couldn't get the full tag follow-up that we wanted, but I respect the go for it. GoneMad going to be able to catch you in the air here with this Yasuo.
We can finish our food. It should be enough with that. Oh, it wasn't quite. Definitely close. Ooh, actually does get a parry out of PCH. So a meter being spent here on the Ekko, but still gets to tag out into this Vi. Great routing here. Should be enough to put so much damage into this Warwick. Send him to the ground. Gonna go ahead and do the punch super, which I actually didn't even know could combo off of that ground slam. I feel like I'm so often used to seeing the ground punch super instead, but great routing option here is enough to take it for PCH. When will the Fury come out? There it is. It is this Yasuo and a Fury and a Dream. Full health bar to work through from Vi, but all it takes is one hit to get started. That's a great space to be in. This should very much be a dead Vi. As long as we finish this route, Fury is an incredibly strong tool, and if you just finish your food, the results will come with it. The jump over from PCH to get out, and GoneMad says, all right, GG's, you got it. 2-1 for PCH. Having Lucien versus Shy. Shy taking out Squegee on the loser side of the off-screen match, so excited to see what Shy's going to bring. Also, I believe a new face, that, to my understanding, in our bracket so far, or at least to be on stream. But so far here, Lucien getting us going with this Ekko route. Going to go ahead and likely route into Limit Strike. There it is. Set up the Burrito OS, but a wake-up attack was enough to get it. Oh, Shy, unfortunately, not even believing in that their wake-up attack works since the break as well. Maybe even a misinput. Definitely can happen here, but unfortunately going to cost you your Yasuo here, and Ekko will have to find a way to answer back.
Guys, real quick, I want to shout out as we're moving through this bracket that we also have that Matcherino. See that $52 in the bottom left corner? That's how much the players are going to get paid out tonight. No catch. If you can go ahead and check out that link completely for free, you can add 25 cents to the pot. Go straight to their pockets right after the bracket. All top three gets paid out. So if you want to pad their pockets, a player like Lucien right now playing so hot out here on this Yasuo Ekko freestyle. We've been seeing this team a lot tonight. But, I mean, Lucien definitely a very strong pile of it.
Yeah, I feel like this is just kind of essentially showing you, like, what happens when you put, what is essentially probably, like, two of the best characters, if not the two best characters in the game. Great answer here, and good sequence here of parrying from Shy, going then into that projectile invincible super from Yasuo in the S1 super here, but Shy saying it might have been all you in round one, but round two is going all my way right now. Not only getting the break out here, we're gonna get that limit strike into the Burrito S. Does not quite catch the rollout from Lucien and the jump to get them out too, but at this point, returned a little bit of a neutral here. Both players just trying to find their option to fight in, but there is that call my assist into tag to answer the break. Definitely one of the strongest elements outside of all of the mixed opportunities you get with a freestyle team. Great route ending here is going to put Lucien so far at an advantage in this first game of round two here. But there is that follow-up overhead. Clips going through. It's never going to end. The throw into a combo should be the Tornado Super. It is. There is that tag. Oh, here comes Limit Strike as well. It feels like it never ends. These routes are crazy, Jeek.
Yeah, I wonder if Lucien is definitely feeling pretty confident right now, because when I was thinking back to our previous set, just being honest, you know, it was a lot of our our opponent running that show at the start of the round. But right now it's Lucien doing that, right? We're able to get something started. We're able to use our assist to get that first hit. We're tagging back and forth. We're sharing the love and building up that meter. I like that we're able to block out the hop here from Shy, who was being creative out of that wake up option. Trying to be creative with our freestyle as well, and it's going to be enough to connect here on Lucien, enough to hit you back in time while they're connecting again. But Lucien's ready with the break.
Yeah, I gotta say, great potential pickup here from Shy, trying to answer just a lot of the kind of speed and bravado that you see Lucien play at with this team. And it's very so much so that sometimes you kind of feel a little bit of the difference in some of the pressure choices, or even be ready to pick up. But like, both players here just absolutely slugging with their best. Sometimes even kind of hard to keep up with, which thing other than knowing that Lucien very much is a pink skin enjoyer. So there, but Shy gonna get that first character immediately clipping here. Gonna go ahead and get this knockdown. Likely gonna set up into the Burrito OS. Actually, no, not quite. A bit of the tech out option then. The chip damage coming in pretty hot, but a 2L actually connects here from Shy on defense. And as long as we finish this route should be theirs. This round should be theirs as well.
Great stuff right there from Shy. Now Lucien will be getting this break here. We'll have to see if Lucien wants to spend it early to keep their characters alive, or if Lucien's going to opt for the Fury, or if we need to spend it at all. But right now, the round starts a little bit slower. We were playing some Nooch there for a moment, dancing around the Time Winder. Both players have to be comfortable with that, being pilots of it as well. Both players trying to trade our 5Ms back and forth. The first hit comes out for Shy. Lucien does spend that break early, and it pays off here because we have this Yasuo beating you up.
Yeah, an unfortunate attempt by Shy to parry the incoming strike, and it was whiffed into then taking essentially almost 70% of your life bar, but that is the game that we play. Though we are able to get the Ekko out to a little bit of healing then. It feels like it is constantly there, but Ekko is still out long enough, I think, because of freestyle, was still able to be tagged into as well. Definitely a bit of a surprise that worked out that way, but working out very well in Shy's favor here. Gonna get that Limit Strike knockdown then, push to the corner. Go ahead and just work with those lights to keep the pressure going. We did get a tag out from the Ekko, but the sandwich just absolutely never ended. And Lucien ends up losing their Yasuo for that call as well. Gonna go ahead and finish this route here. I think we will potentially go into the super pickup. No, we end up, I don't try to follow there. Maybe thinking the up tech was coming in. Does not get clipped here. Lucien finds a way to fall. Actually gets clipped by the Time Winder super on the way in. The neutral, both players not wanting to pull the trigger and knowing that this could potentially be the round for your character. I don't know if Shy was looking for a potential Fury being used at some point, but it feels like Lucien has been just keeping their momentum, answering back, not willing to give this Fury up quite yet.
Well, there it is right there, and at an opportune time to keep ourselves alive. But nice patience there, trying to use the Hasugi wind wall before we tagged out, but maybe just waiting a little too long, or at the very least, Lucien was able to capitalize on that moment here with this Fury to take out your Yasuo, using that Fury cancel to keep the pressure up here. But in the scramble, it's going to be the Abare 2L from Shy. So the Fury spent from Lucien, but doesn't get the kill. Is still alive here, but the time out from Shy. Oh my God. Shy, with some excellent game sense there at the very end, was able to cash out some gnarly damage. And even though it didn't kill, it was more than, it was more damage than Shy had HP. So great stuff right here. We're evening up the score.
And I love to see that. Give me the maximum games. Let's see these players answering all of the tomfoolery being brought their way. There is that Limit Strike. Going to give the opportunity for the Burrito OS. and able to cover the wake up option. That is such a that is a dead Yasuo in 15 seconds here from Shy. And while it's looking all Lucien essentially in game 1, a bit of a back and forth in game 2, Shy here just looking like a player unleashed then so far. Great blocking sequence then, not giving Lucien the opportunity to catch them out, pressing anything. And there's going to be that Fury being used. Fury absolutely an incredibly strong tool in the right hands, but you gotta be careful about your options. Make sure you don't get clipped along the way. Able to tag out, tried to it there. Oh my god, tried to cover it with the tag, immediately break, being blocked by Lucien. Lucien hearing us at that point. Gonna go ahead and actually whiff the Yasuo super wake up. Oh, it's gonna be having going more Lucien's way at this point. It feels like everything Shy is trying is just not coming up their way in the past 60 seconds, despite getting the first character. But Shy just holds it tight, loses one character, and gets that first round. Gets the opportunity to potentially take this set.
Oh my gosh, man. Shy definitely doing some crazy stuff there in the scramble situations, able to go for those quick buttons, tagging back to our characters, and finishing off those interactions that we need to. And we're sitting here on set point. Lucien, one of our favorites to make it far, and for good reason. Look at this happy birthday damage. Shy has some great help to get back on both of our characters. As Ekko a little bit lower, though, so probably going to tag back to try to keep them healthy. Nice stuff here. Lucien still fighting out of the corner, though.
Gosh, that roll through pass into the rewind follow-up definitely catches all of us slipping. And great throw covers that roll out as well. Lucien, this is looking like a very much a Lucien round. At this point, you kind of want the game to go on a little bit longer, just to get a little bit more break filled up here. But hey, getting a round back, and just like we saw in our other set, another 1-1 final round here. Gonna get ourselves which player will get the opportunity to still move forward, get into that loser semis. It is a battle of freestyles, and each player trying to show us that they got the best moves on this dance floor.
Oh, that was nasty. Great hit right there. Yeah, Lucien did not want to take the combo damage after spent the break, but Shy still gets that follow-up hit. Both players here threatening that set point. It's Lucien here in the driver's seat. Unfortunately, wasn't able to bait that break despite the Fury tag. Doesn't get that whiff punish, but does keep the pressure up, especially with this throw after. No, it's Shy going to be tag launched here. Lucien, great stuff going into our Yasuo. Shy needs a chance to get that push block and a chance to breathe.
Yeah, I love what we're seeing so far. Taking advantage of calling your assist with a throw, being able to tag and get that combo going. Great answer to that close super here. Multiple parries, gets the level 3 in it as well, and gets a character for their troubles. My God, Shy is showing us that this is a name you need to be aware of if you weren't. Good pickup then by Lucien, getting that max range Kara cancel. It felt like off of that stance M. Limit Strike to get that knockdown. 3 meter to work with then, but a JL, sorry, a 2L on wake up is enough to get it going here. Gonna go ahead and spend that Fury, get themselves stuck now, unfortunately, in this sequence here. Working out, trying to get the timer to wake down, but a character gonna drop. It's about to be a battle of samurai, but one of them is a little pissed off right now. Cannot wait to see what is it going to be that ends up getting it to. Chases through, cross through, and it feels like so often at a certain level, things get called out with parry all the time. Just send it at some point. Level 1 into the level 3. Yasuo privilege coming in heavy for Lucien here. This should be a dead character. It is 2-1 for Lucien over Shy. Against a incredibly good Yasuo Warwick freestyle team from GoneMad, but let's see if we can handle another freestyle from both sides. Gonna have that Yasuo Ahri versus the Ekko Vi. Let's get to it.
Yeah, a reminder that DD did have to lose a game to be here on the loser side, but it was the Bleed who was the favorite to win the whole thing. So, you know, maybe at least by the seeding, not surprised that DD is here, but PCH probably not happy about that one. And we're going to see, though, I mean, PCH with an amazing start here on this Ekko Vi, killing that support character while DD's just trying to block away to keep this Ahri barely up with this half HP. But it's going to be that 2H on the other side. PCH saying, seeding the bans, you're going to have to fight me one-on-one out here in the battlefield. No numbers, just buttons. And it's going to be an awesome, perfect first round rather, for PCH.
Yeah, really great stuff here. PCH just looking so comfortable at navigating the screen on this Vi. Has the ability with a couple decent jump-in options with that JH. Now all to be able to play the ground game with that sway and essentially sending that charged up punch into tag out for a very plus situation. PCH gonna finish the food, get their first character of round 2 here. And potentially all it's going to take is one hit to get started here. Great job by DD. Going to go ahead and clip up PCH. Get that break out of them. But when is the Fury going to come out? There it is on the Ekko hit here. Going to head and send the Orb Super. Oh, almost actually able to pick up a bit of a weird hit too. But I think as long as we finish our route, finish our food, it should be enough. Don't quite get the pickup off of that assist, but a simple chip from the 5L in Fury is enough to get it. But there is PCH on this Vi, so comfortable at jumping over and getting the pickup after. No good pickup after into the Ekko, but gonna go ahead and send the super here from Vi, taking out this Ahri. Great stuff here, and it looks like first game going PCH's way.
Awesome stuff, man. I honestly, PCH definitely coming up and showing us how strong they are, not just on this team, how strong this team is, but how strong they are piloting it out here, man. PCH gonna be able to already, with a strong round start here, put DD in a hard spot. Do you spend the break to keep that character alive? And even with that choice, PCH still chunks away a bit on that Yasuo. DD does get a chance to roll out of that corner and fight back here. Maybe able to tag launcher out and actually keep that Yasuo healthy after all.
There is the break coming out for PCH, just trying to get out of this never-ending combo sequence that is coming from the Yasuo here. Gonna get that Ekko started, pushing Ahri a little bit closer to that corner. Gonna get the setup with a good roll into the rewind, but unfortunate drop coming out here. But with drops come great opportunities here. Great stuff from PCH, despite a little bit of the scramble that happened after getting that hit, getting that character to be taken out, and likely gonna potentially get this round. Such a insurmountable amount of health to work through here, but it could start potentially with a parry. No ability to pick up fully into a combo. So there, go ahead, and unfortunately, Vi gonna find herself at the other end of this sword. Great route so far here from DD. How are we going to end up spending it? Not going to spend any of the meter, which I can absolutely understand. Wasn't going to kill. Oh, but the cross through goes right through the Vi super there. My goodness, I respect the attempt to bust out here from PCH, but now it gives DD a potential chance to get this comeback potentially. But before I can even finish the what could be, PCH showing that this round is going to be theirs. Find themselves on set point now if they can at least close this out.
And we're still being aggressive even with that air special here from Vi. Oh no, DD getting anti-aired here.
Anti-air going absolutely crazy. You're seeing this neutral being held down with the power of down heavy, and a great OTG with the down fireball being spent. Gets the dash up in, held super as well for the full pickup, but unfortunately not able to keep the happy birthday going here. But honestly, at some point the damage could essentially be said to be done, but this Yasuo is just getting absolutely beaten in the mid-screen here. But unfortunately the rollout happens at the worst time and right into the loving arms of Yasuo 5M. Not where you want to be if you're at PCH. We do have a whole other round to still work with too. I like the attempt to send that projectile immune super through, but unfortunately with the follow through, but maybe even hitting because it hit the assist, it might have stopped that property from coming out. Definitely an interesting interaction that come out there, but a round being answered back by DD. Gonna go ahead and get themselves back to neutral here. Oh, almost picks up with the 5H then, but kind of at the tip, would have had to jump cancel likely or do a stance option. Ooh, but great hard tag route into that Time Winder. Gets it back in with this combo is absolutely sick here. Still had access to their tag launcher. PCH looking so comfortable with all of these routes, but nothing is comfortable by getting yourself sent to the corner here by this Ahri sequence then. But a great sway through into the 5L gets it started then. PCH feeling the momentum swinging back in their favor. They just know if they can just finish this route, maybe even finish this round, it will be themselves moving forward here. But DD still has a lot to answer back to say.
I mean, yeah, we're definitely active here on this Ahri here in the air. So, I mean, so is PCH answering right back with that ankle Time Winder, but unfortunately both players not able to get those fireballs, but it is DD here going to be able to tag into our Yasuo to confirm this stray hit, and that was a high up level 1. Going to be able to get some good Oki after this, but just for PCH to fight back out on this buy. Good blocks to start, but the cross up on the roll from PCH will be able to take out DD's character here. Oh my gosh, no!
Oh, and it just barely missed it. Oh no, and the break is being spent. You lose the character and the resource. Definitely not what you want to be happening if you are a PCH fan, but DD here showing you that it's not quite over yet. I believe as long as we finish our route here, should be able to go into the tag launcher. Yup, gonna go ahead into Yasuo. Going to try to get the S1 super to connect, and it does, and be off of a drop. This answer back from DD, getting a game apiece here. My God, we are going the absolute distance so far in our sets. I love what we're seeing here. Great stuff to DD, immediately getting back to Spectator, not even giving us an opportunity to get our thoughts figured out. These players are hungry to finish this. See which of them has to keep going further in the bracket, get a chance to get at that money. And if you guys haven't already, exclamation point Matcherino to hopefully make that pot a little bit bigger for those players here. A bit of a drop as well from PCH, gonna allow DD to get a chance to fight out, but we were just holding up, holding back for dear life here, not trying to get clip of these option, and the first break going to DD here. Great stuff as well. Catches the Vi on the up back, just not letting her breathe and get out. Gonna go ahead and get the hard knockdown. OTG in the stomp, picks up with the Ahri. Oh, I love that limit break choice. Unfortunately, hops ourselves into the corner. Not where you want to find yourself on your own pressure, but definitely happens to the best of us. Go, my child, or hold down the neutral for me. And the sequence feels like it never ends for these players. Back and forth, they are swinging Jeek. They're bringing their absolute every stop in our tournament tonight.
I mean, DD, definitely one of their strong parts of their team is this Ahri. PCH, knowing that, doing a lot of damage to it right now, but that wake-up attack does keep us healthy. We're going to get some of that gray health back as PCH goes for the wake-up throw, possibly just expecting the tech, maybe not the throw, but hey, you take those, especially in bracket. PCH able to take out that Yasuo here. Ahri was able to heal back a little bit, so DD on this strong character here could potentially close it out, but no, it's PCH with some strong air pressure to close out that round, keeping us on set point.
And I love that down strike into the Vi punch assist, keeping yourself plus, keeping your turn going hard here. But DD, once again, was able to answer back in that second game despite being down at a certain point. And I'm sure they have the ability to get a round here and potentially even a game answer back themselves, but they will have to get through the calamity that has been PCH on this Vi, on this Ekko. But it's looking good so far. Great defense here from DD, not giving PCH any opportunity to get this game plan started. Gonna get that Yasuo tagged out at least. A little bit low on the life bar. No real gray health to work with. Ooh, an IEDGH on this Ahri, but not really able to fully pick up off of it from the hit. Oh, the 2H attempt actually whiffed, but no punish here from DD. Both players know that this round going either way would definitely give a different potential mental change result. But, oh, the falling JH here from PCH gets this combo started, sending Ahri from coast to coast here. Oh, but no full pickup off of the Vi, but the throw's enough. OTG should do it. PCH very, very close to taking this set. But we have been here before. DD being down the opportunity, but unfortunately air blocks the charged punch from Vi, and that's plus $1 billion, it feels like there. Overhead from the Ekko seals it out for PCH 2-1 over DD MJC0.
Awesome stuff there from PCH. Had some PCH fans there in the chat as well, so definitely love seeing that. Love when you guys are able to make it out and root for your friends and stuff, so awesome stuff. Well, guys, that was some awesome games right there. We still got some more. I sound like I'm saying goodbye. We still got some more. Don't go anywhere. Still got some more, but we're going up to the winners final side here before we continue on in our bracket. It's going to be Bleed and Yata deciding who's going to go up to that grand final spot. I'm going to let them know that we're good to go. And we're good to go.
Looking forward to seeing as we get in here. Like Jeek mentioned, y'all, we are about to get in. We are about to have Bleed versus Yata. Winners, finals, Jeekly 2XKO, number 7. Gonna have that Illaoi Ekko freestyle, Yasuo and Ekko freestyle on the other side. A battle of freestyles. Ekko showing off 2 of their partners. Both these characters here, absolute behemoths with the tools they use. But the first hit going Bleed's way. Gonna push Yata all the way to this corner. Gonna go ahead and get the install there. What an option with the overhead cancel into the throw. Bleed showing you why they are one of the best at this team here. OTG does not even needed. The tentacle supers got me for the full pickup then. So far, Bleed just looking all Bleed all the time here, but a great air throw by Yata to answer back.
Bleed's going to be able to put you back here. Doesn't believe in that Fury bait, rather, so Yata able to connect this Fury and fight back here on this Ekko. Honestly, you know, well, a second ago, the life was pretty even, but it's going to be Bleed catching you here on this overhead. You got the tentacle to back you up as well. I wonder if Bleed is already cooking what the wake-up interaction is going to be with that one.
Yeah, but who needs to cook when you've already gotten your order from the Chipotle Burrito OS? Feeling pretty full, covering so many options here from these wake-up tools that are available in this game. Essentially, tag fighters at the highest level is about turning off your opponent's ability to answer back to your pressure, and there's basically no character better at that than Ekko. As long as you have that OS down, it is definitely tough to do, but the players of this caliber, they can definitely make it happen. And what's going to happen is going to be a dead Yasuo here for Bleed, potentially gonna take this first game, but a full health bar to still chew through, and it starts with a 2H, barely gets better than that. Unfortunate drop then, but had an option here that was at least covered and beaten out by that wake up attack here, but great answer back by Bleed. I don't think we'll see very quite yet. Actually, it does come out at this point here. Gonna go ahead and try to find the option, but Bleed has everything covered here. And it felt like Yata had some good moments of kind of fighting out from these sequences, but Bleed just had everything covered.
Man, strong stuff there from Bleed. Definitely knows how to keep their opponents down. Both our players coming in here cold, right? Because on the winner side of the bracket, had to wait a moment here to wait for this match to queue up. But despite that, Bleed looking pretty warmed up here. Going to tentacle you down. Yata spending that break to keep the Yasuo alive, but an immediate tag back into that Yasuo is going to be exactly what opens us up here. I like how you can go for the limit strike and then still tag back into your Ekko, getting that gray health back regardless. So Yata with some really awesome resource management on that side of the screen is going to be Bleed, however, though, with that wake up air special to cash out some damage back here on the Yata.
Absolutely. Great routing here. Is going to get that limit strike set up here. Allow Bleed to very likely spend it all to get a character for their troubles. Very, very good stuff. You can definitely see both these players. They push out there, and the respect from both sides. See who's going to be the first one to press. but gonna go ahead and let you finish this route, and it'll be a character round up here. We mentioned earlier we are now in winners finals, so even if Bleed does get this round, gets this second game, they still need a third one to get to that grand finals, and Yata would have to reverse sweep, reverse 3-0 to be the one to find themselves there. But these players are incredibly talented at what they do. You see them in so many of our brackets as well as other ones. Let's see if Yata, finds a way to potentially punch out, but Yata so far kind of navigating around. Gonna go ahead and spend that break. Does not want to let Bleed get a chance to fight back here, but Bleed just working around so many of these great tools so far from Ekko. Some of these stall capabilities with these 2H options then, but this route here gonna send Yata all the way to the corner. Gonna get knocked down by the Illaoi. Tentacle super. Guess for your life here. Actually roll out ends up working. Can't say I see that option being one of the best choices for Illaoi, but Yata gave an opportunity to get out here, but unfortunately still lost that character. Then Bleed at a pretty big advantage so far.
Oh, man. Bleed definitely really pushing this advantage as hard as we can as we seal up this game 2 here against Yata. Yata, of course, cooking right back. I mean, Bleed not coming out of this unscathed, especially what we were seeing in this first round of game 2 here from Yata. I mean, this team can be explosive. You get 1 or 2 knockdowns and you start running the match. But I think Bleed has just been able to run some pretty strong neutral here with that, with these big Illaoi specials, with the Illaoi assist, with the Illaoi 5M. Yata getting a hit here, though.
Yeah, a great hot mix into that low here from Yata, showing the absolute power that you can get to build up with the sandwich options in freestyle here. We go ahead and tag out this Illaoi, try to get some of that gray health back. Tries to parry the follow-up strike here from Yata. Does not work out, but luckily enough for Bleed, does not get punished for the whiff parry here. Then go ahead and send that Time Wander Super just to keep themselves safe. But not only you think you're safe, you're now finding yourself getting happy birthdayed. Both these characters taking so much damage, half a life bar lost on each side, and there is that rewind overhead into the follow-up strike you get with a clone. Bleed here just looking so strong, so tough to actually put at a disadvantage. He feels like, oh my god, and the desire to actually parry that assist, but the tag stopping the animation. Gonna find an option potentially to end it with a super here, but Yasuo says no, no, no. Ready with the bait, gets the kill to answer. No super meter behind the Ekko as well. Definitely gonna have to be a bit of a climb to work from this point, but it starts with a JM here from Bleed. I think as long as we finish this route, it should be a dead Yasuo. It is. Bleed finding themselves potentially on set point, getting into grand finals on winner's side.
I mean, I feel like we're getting closer and closer with these rounds here, and you know, in that I gotta say it's a benefit that it's the first of 3 here because we're getting some information. And I mean, look at this, Yata's using it right now to beat up Bleed's Illaoi here. Going to be able to catch that roll out of the corner here.
Love that setup of that Time Winder, then gets the rewind, knocking them into the delayed Time Winder for that better pickup. But Yata, unfortunately, find themselves on the losing end of that last trade here. Despite being able to parry the projectile, then Bleed being ready with an immediate follow-up to keep themselves going. But oh, and the command grab on the tentacle is enough to take it out. But this is Yasuo with Fury, as long as Yata can get themselves out. And they're gonna at a great start so far here. Gonna get the break being spent, but there's the Fury immediately answered back, but dashes themselves into a Time Winder, then into the Time Winder Super as well. This route here gonna do a good chunk of damage, but and mostly you look at the value of how much of that Fury you are baiting out, but Wake Up Attack is not enough. Illaoi able to cover so many options, finishing our food. Bleed gonna take it 3-0 over Yata, but damn did Yata make it close. Finals, Jeekly 2 SKO, number 7. We got Lucien, we got PCH, and they're about to freestyle all over each other. See who gets the first hit, gets that sequence going. definitely can't wait to see what kind of disgusting mix they have in store for us.
Well, first off, for a Jeekly top 8 burst, is this my first time seeing this skin or this chroma here in a Jeekly top 8? PCH showing off the whole skin roster. I guess maybe they heard how much I like the Warwick skin, and they're like, oh, maybe we can sell Jeek on something else. But right now, it's going to be PCH here, doing some good stuff against Lucien. Lucien still has that break. It's a decision if you want to keep that Yasuo healthy here or if you want to save it for the Fury. And we're going to be able to tag back and do exactly that. Keep that Yasuo healthy and bait the break away from PCH here.
So incredible that they just recovered in time from that time winder to be able to block out that break. Lucien showing us that they have the comfort of baiting out all the different tools here. Oh, unfortunate drop on that limit strike then. As long as we finish the sequence, it could potentially be enough with chip damage. But you can see PCH just trying to find any opportunity to get this Vi out, and they successfully do. Like I said before, keeping your team together as freestyle is so important. So much of this fuse is essentially relying on being able to bring into these multiple characters. But PCH here getting a great route, gonna send this Ekko to the ground. Punch super coming in just enough to kill as well. I was too afraid to even potentially call it, but a quick answer back by Lucien brings us to a character apiece already on this first game.
Oh, dude. Every time a Yasuo whiffs a 2H, something about the world's smallest violin. But no, for real, it feels like every time that Yasuo 2H gets whiffed, a round gets lost. And this time it's going to be PCH taking advantage of that one. Lucien having all that meter to spend, but PCH staying on top despite being down to just that Ekko. Now you got your Vi back to full health. Going to see what you have to cook here. It's going to be a tick throw and a tag back into that Vi to confirm off that throw for PCH to start off this round here. Having that break advantage as well. Lucien, not in a great spot, but a great parry. Wake up here does get the breakaway from PCH.
Yeah, parry into 5M as well. Couldn't ask for a better situation coming out from there. Gonna go ahead and get themselves out of that corner. Send that JS1 from Yasuo. Tags into the Ekko. Immediately back into Yasuo again. Find themselves getting comboed. Gonna get that tipper sweet spot of the S2 Tornado Super from Yasuo. Tags immediately back into this Ekko, but covers so many options with the Burrito OS. Oh my god, here Lucien just showing that despite round 1 going PCH's way, definitely not giving up anytime soon. We have so much more to go, and it feels like they're just sending Vi back and forth and like a tennis match between these two characters here. But the route into Limit Strike, gonna go ahead and put Vi exactly where Lucien's team is looking for. This pressure never seems to end. Retreat some guards back into the corner, but at no point are you allowed to get out. But there is that wake up down S1 from Vi. A much better wake up attack. Able to full combo into as well. Luckily not going to see the Fury be spent here. Oh, it actually whiffs the super. A couple awkward sequences depending on where you're at for Yasuo's super options then, but still gets that round answering back, and we are looking at full breaks for both sides. Jeek, full health bars as well. A fresh round in round 3 here, but so far going Lucien's way.
Yeah, Lucien definitely doing some strong stuff. I saw that wake up parry there, but Lucien still staying on top with this pressure. PCH able to tag into this Vi at least is the silver lining. You're getting some of that HP back on Ekko, but Vi taking a beating for it. Lucien gonna actually get a parry as the answer. Gonna spend the break to keep our opponent here in the corner. That rising slash mix comes out with the freestyle. I like that. Was a very well timed push block there from PCH, guys. If you're watching the VOD, take note. That was a good timing on that push block to get out, and some good mix to follow up here. Some damage onto Lucien. PCH threatening a dead Ekko here.
Absolutely. As long as we finish our food with the punches into the punch super, should be more than enough to take out that character. And what feels like one of our longer games of Knife, both feels like every round it's both sides going down to dang near their last character. With that charge punch route into the break from Ekko, gonna send this Yasuo to the near corner, cover it with the Burrito OS there, and despite the parry on the projectile, the 2L gonna clip ya, and the jump over is enough to get it. Vi getting that first game for PCH, and though you saw a best of 5 earlier, being back into loser semis, we are in a best of 3 again. So PCH, if they just get another game, they will find themselves in losers finals. But Lucien, been in the Jeekly before, been in multiple games before, definitely no slouch, and a couple wins to take it as well. But let's see if they can look inward, figure out what they have to do to stop the offense from PCH, and a overhead starter is definitely a way to get it going.
Okay, I like that break spend. I like how the game is evolving, where people are finding ways to spend break that isn't just, you know, pushing the opponent off of you. Sometimes you can be that far away and spend it. Even though it doesn't connect, you can still keep yourself healthy. So great stuff here. It's going to be PCH, though, capitalizing a lot of damage onto Lucien's Ekko. Going to be able to stay alive and try to hop out of the corner to keep them alive. But it was going to be a 2H from PCH's Ekko to close it out. Lucien fighting back, though.
Absolutely, and gets a great clip then into that limit strike again. Nothing like pulling off your opponent just for them to call their assist and then clip it immediately on the active. Puts a little bit of gray health on this Vi. No way to really heal it up currently. Oh, and despite the 2H attempt, gonna go ahead and lose the trade with that Ekko super. Here is a level 3 connecting. This time, Lucien gonna go ahead and likely take out that Vi. There she drops as well. Great answer back, and we said it earlier, guys, like these players at this level, despite maybe the game 1 not going your way, the game is just getting started. You know, you can call it the information round, if you will, despite feeling a little bit of that extra, you know, anxiety that can come with if I drop this next game, it can be all over. But this combo route is enough to get it started. Gonna likely be into a knockdown there. Burrito OS to set it up then. Great push block to at least get a little bit of space then, but the rewind cancel is enough to get it going. Sends the Vi out to get a bit of space and maybe even pick up, but the 2H actually whiffs, and we were ready for it. Lucien here, gonna go ahead and take this Ekko all the way to the corner as well. Tag launcher coming in. Yasuo gonna get the knockdown. Not enough to kill with the super, I don't believe. But actually the OTG is enough to get it, and every time I doubt this character, he finds a way to get the kill.
It's a John Yasuo coming out here. Got all the moves, all the tech, all the tools in the tool belt. Lucien coming out on top. Now you can't just have all the tools, you gotta be a master craftsman, right? Now PCH was able to get that first game, deservedly so. They were playing so well. But that second game, pretty quick, pretty solid in Lucien's favor here. Reminder, it is first to 2, so only one more game decides who moves to that losers finals to fight it out against Yata. Until then, it's going to be Lucien here. Going to decide to spend that break to keep. Oh my god, I love the air stall idea as well to keep yourself further alive. And the parry on the other side. Lucien, great play.
Seeing that, trying to stop any kind of side switch shenanigans. The parry able to come out because they're trying to leave a gap to break that cross up protection, and in that process you find yourself at the other end of a parry here. But there's immediate break answering back then, but actually catches the Vi on the way down. One of the worst case situations is spending the resource just to get hit again. It is going to at least allow this Ekko to get a little bit of their health back, but now Vi is finding herself taking so much damage here. Gonna go ahead and route into this Yasuo, and with that level 1 into likely level 1, that should be a dead Vi. It is. I have learned my lesson, and no need to break the wind when you can just spend 2 bars to get the same result. Love what we are seeing from Lucien on this Ekko Yasuo freestyle team. Likely the best team in the game at this point, and Lucien here showing you why.
Yeah, I think I saw, you know, sorry if I'm quoting this wrong, I think I saw a tweet from Lucien also saying like that they're going to be trying to put in a lot more online practice in preparation for Frosty. So maybe going to be seeing Lucien more, not just in this bracket, but around in the scene in some of these other online brackets where you've already seen them cook before. but right now trying to do so again up around here on this set point. But despite that, PCH further making this an exciting match. Oh my god, that air tech low overhead with the JL. Lucien with some crappy recovery here.
Yeah, I know Limit Strike with that Vi special 2, besides the special 2, has essentially it forces a like an air tech option, and so you know, Lucien choosing at least a fast light aerial button on their incoming. PCH not quite ready for that, and unfortunately finding themselves not only losing the Vi now here, but this Yasuo gonna find that limit strike pretty easy to do with these stance options, and the shimmy is gonna be enough here for Lucien, very likely to take it, and it is 2-1 for Lucien over PCH. And guys, losers finals of the Jeekly 2XKO number 7. We have Lucien versus Yata, a bit of a mirror match here of the Yasuo Ekko freestyle teams. It's all going to be about which side can get that first hit, that first sandwich sequence then into the multiple layers of mix-up, and a starting command slash to get us going here. I love that delay knockdown here from Yata. Going to knock them into the delayed time winder. This route did so much, but I love the ability to get that tag out. That break honestly feels so worth it for Lucien here, gaining so much life back on this Yasuo for a bit. But this is the sandwich sequence, spending that break as well. But I love the patience from Yata to wait until the assist character leaves that screen to give them the actual opportunity to get out.
We were calling it before the match, guys were pointing it out, but unfortunately it's a Bad Moon team kill. I know you don't see the Bad Moon on the other side, but trust both these players, Bad Moon and Spirit out here. The wake up attack, getting baited out, saying, "Hey, I know you're my brother, but I gotta take you out here, homie. I'm sorry. Only one of us can move on to that grand finals." Bleed saying, "I don't care who it is." But right now, we're going to side between Yata and Lucien out here. It's going to be down to the Ekko, down to the Yasuo. Both these players pulling out the same team to see who comes out on top.
A great spot to start here. Oh, unfortunate for Yata, not quite getting that full pickup, but found another hit in the scramble. I think as long as we just do a basic route. Oh, we did not build the extra meter to get that level 1 into level 3, but a simple mix off of that knockdown is enough to get the first round going Yata's way here. But Lucien definitely no stranger to giving up a match, heck, even a game, and then finding themselves coming back with a little understanding. But with being back in the losers finals, we are of course in that best of 5 scenario. You will have that extra game even from losing to potentially find what your opponent is doing, pick up those right options. Great cross through on that air sever. But oh, and great chase on the tech out too here. Both of our players just showing that they are absolutely ready to cover so many options from their opponent. And chases out the rewind too. Nothing's getting done for free right now in this set between these two. Both players just showing you how they can manage their hits, manage their strings and combos with access to this freestyle. And there is a break immediately, not liking that pressure that was being felt from Lucien, getting themselves not only the hit after immediately then, but you know, at this point then a pretty big advantage for pushing out to this corner. They get the Burrito S, catches them with the 2L. Should be a dead Ekko. It is here. Great stuff to Lucien so far in the second round.
Yeah, Yata definitely showing us some strong stuff as well, but Lucien in the driver's seat right now, taking that turn. By the way, if you're having trouble keeping up, of course, Lucien on the orange characters. Lucien the one coming out on top in this round. But Yata's going to be the one getting the break first here. So we do have the rounds evened up. Of course, we're even in the meter on the new round. But Yata does have that break. And we're going to see if Yata feels like, hey, do I want to keep this Yasuo healthy that's getting beat up right now? Or do I want to save it for this Fury later on? I always love seeing what players opt for. You know, it seems like there's still some nuance to that decision right now. Lucien going to be able to dance around the air. A delay air button does not get whiff punished. Yata still pulling up when you so quick on this character. The break quick on the hit as well. And Lucien getting anti-air here. Yata ready with the confirm.
Yeah, but that confirm into a drop, but sometimes drops can be drop opportunities. Doesn't even need to spend any meter. Actually gets a limit strike as well for their troubles. So honestly, probably worked out in their favor from this point, but Lucian's going to answer back with that throw. Fury coming out first here from Lucian, and this could be a scary spot to be in. I like Yata choosing to keep this Yasuo in right now. Really, any kind of hits or clips from this Fury would be enough to do so much damage here. We're going to go ahead and tag in after that tip of the Tornado Super. Get that Burrito S. Covers a couple of the wake-up options then. 2H catches the falling heavy button here. And that is going to be game 1 of Losers Finals going Yata's way.
Awesome stuff, man. Something I'm realizing, Gagnon, and please correct me. Where's there... How much other fuses did we see other than freestyle tonight?
We had 2x assists, and we did have a double down.
That's right. Okay,
So,
okay. Definitely
we have kind of had, like, yeah.
Definitely one of the more popular fuses as of late, you know. Like, of course, this team is very strong, and we have some very strong players that are popular here in this top 8, but this fuse as well, very popular as of late. Nice stuff here from Lucien fighting out, despite the Yasuo taking a bit of damage here. We're going to trade it right back here on the Yata. Going to see if we can't weave this break away from them as well if we possibly could, but until then we're going to be building back our own meter here with these limit strikes. Good wake up attack here from Yata. The fight back out, stuck in this freestyle Tsukiyomi, and it's going to be that charge heavy on the other side, queued up by that Yasuo, catching us out. Yata in a great spot.
Yeah, Yata here just showing that they are so comfortable in so many of these kind of scramble situations, picking the right tools for the job, but then building out that cross through with the sandwich opportunity, that charged 5H to force standing as well. You really do have to guess for your life some of these times here, but gotta go ahead and get that knockdown, then set up the OS then, but great parry and being able to throw up tool there. Was not taking any of that wake up attack here, and Lucien says, hold the phone. I am not out of this yet. My Ekko can definitely do it. Was that a whiffed JS1 into S1 again, Yata? That was absolutely disgusting, but it worked out. Getting that first round for it as well. This character can do no wrong, it feels like here. But we are getting a fresh round, full health bars to work with, 1 bar apiece. Are we... Round starts sending the S1 super. I wonder if that's a certain call out potentially for a projectile here, but I just what a situation I was not expecting, Zeke.
Yeah, I mean, these players, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in a Discord server right now, like they're in a call right now. Like, you know, from what I understand, they play a bit. So right now, Yata probably going for the layer 5. It is the team kill potentially, so. Yata going to be able to route into this charge S2 here. Lucien going to be waking up into that chip damage. Unfortunately, going to be losing your Ekko, but not taking it lying down, right? We're fighting back here on this Yasuo. Going to route to that limit strike. Fury is on the table potentially, but despite that, Yata is in the driver's seat.
But actually whiffs on the tipper super pickup there. Definitely has some times that are pretty important to hit in. And you mentioned earlier, Jeek, this route, depending on how we finish here, chooses to just go for a setup instead. I like that option from Yata, choosing to not push something where they don't think they can quite get the kill, instead getting that meaty setup. Going back to character select here for Lucien. Get a little bit of breathing time as well. Heck, even just kind of reset the mental a little bit. Not just immediately go back in here, but the teams are the same. The character orders are the same as well. Maybe get a little bit of a stage change, you know, kind of change your scenery a little bit, but Yata just looking like they just have Lucian's number in so many of these additional layered sequences. It feels like it could definitely still go Lucian's way for at least one of these games or two, but Yata just seems to have their number.
Oh, wow. Dude, I love seeing players confirm off of throw into, like, tag thing, you know. It's so sick. That's, like, definitely my, you know, my little, the itch I like about this game. Loving seeing players optimize that for their teams. Yata right now in the driver's seat. We did take a bit of damage here at the start. We're also up 2 games as a reminder, so definitely feeling pretty comfortable about this one. but it's not over yet. It's first to 3. There's a chance Lucien claws this back from the brink of defeat and actually reverse sweeps, but you're going to have to start rooting for them if that's the case. And one way to do that is by claiming those Matcherino codes. Big shouts to our mods for already keeping that link hot in the chat. If you guys can claim those codes, drop 25 cents in the pot. We're already up to $53. If everyone in the chat claimed the code right now, I think that would claim all the codes, I think. So if you guys don't mind, hop on that one for us. Until then, we're holding that stance full screen trying to see what Lucien wants to do.
The stare down, the samurai stare down. Though I'm pretty sure his eyes are closed when he is in his stance, so not sure how much staring he's necessarily doing at that point. But there it is, Ekko able to cover so many of your wake up options here. Loving what we're seeing from the side of Lucien answering back in this third game so far, putting the absolute hurt on this Ekko. Level 1, level 3 should be enough to seal out the first round at least. And a little bit of life come back here from Lucien so far in this set. And it's not to say that they haven't played well to get to this point, but Yata just feels like they've been in such a commanding control of the set so far. And what a great round start to get it. Stance 5H to clip the option there. I'm surprised to not see an earlier break to get them back in the corner. I was a little bit worried about that here, but break just ended up coming out as well. Gives Lucien the opportunity to fight out, get themselves into a full route here. But when will we see the answer back? How long until Yata decides to spend this break? So far does not care about the limit strike coming out. There it is, immediately answering back. And I like that choice too. You will likely get to see it again if it does go to a third round. But we might not get to see another Yasuo from the Lucien side. Yasuo falling down. Question mark pings are being spammed by Ekko as he comes in, wondering where that teammate is at this point. It's all up to him to potentially save this tournament run for Lucien, but Yata has something to say about it.
Lucien after this, GG's report my mid. Yata, oh my god, that was nasty. Not the hop, corner steal into the low. Routing into level 3 as well. Yata going to be securing their spot. 3-0 here. Moving back up to that run back in grand finals against Bleed. Oh, wait, no, excuse me. No, that's
going to
right.
the third round. Yep.
Oh, my God. I only do that with this game. I only do that with this game, Canyon. Great stuff. I don't mean to jinx it, Lucien. You have to win now to make me look like a clown. You have to win, homie.
We already got the clip in case that does turn to that direction, but we're going to have Lucien here. Going to go ahead, and what I've heard is also referred to as the Mickey Tornado, which I do think is a very funny name, but good stuff here so far. Lucien keeping Yata absolutely torn down, said, hey, Jeek, I know you came from one timeline where you saw my end, but let me just answer back right now. What if we got a reverse sweep from this point even? That is a caster curse of a lifetime, but great stuff so far. This third round of game 3 here. Lucien in a commanding lead so quickly took out that Ekko. But Yata saying, all right, hold on. I'm not quite done yet. And Ekko is definitely a character that can do it. Wait, that route was absolutely sick on the side change, back hitting, jump heavy option from Ekko. Love what we're seeing. These players are so damn good at this level. I feel like it still go absolutely either way. And there are so many 2Ls there. The sequence keeps coming. When are they done? Cross through potentially to cover the charge 8. Parry being whiffed, but still gets another parry. Crosses through with the S1 projectile immune super. My god, Lucien here doing everything in their power to fight back. And they actually clip the Ekko out of the sky. Gonna keep the route going. No option here. The first gonna drag out. Super should be enough to get it. And Lucien is actually gonna answer back here. Taking a game. Says no 3-0 for you. No homie match for you as far as might be in part of the same org. Lucien keeping this losers finals going. Oh my god. You love to see it from these players. Bringing out all the stops in sets like this. This is why it makes these games so exciting to watch. I cannot wait to see the rest of the set gets to it.
I mean, honestly, it all started with the color swap. We went for the orange. You know, we were trying out the orange there. You know, orange is the meta. You've been seeing a lot of orange recently. on Mobifier, but no, Lucien said, hey, let me bring out the tried and true. I practiced this pink quite a bit. And that's where it all started here. Yata right now with a good round start. Pink, Lucien does have this break to spend, and it comes out. Yasuo is going to be what we tag into. Tries to go for that 2H, but the whiff doesn't get punished here. Luckily, Yata still running that pressure, though.
Yeah, the sequence definitely feels like it will never end sometimes in these tag fight games, but these players showing you that they are willing to block it out. You have to be able to make it to the highest level at certain points. This Ekko taking so much unscaled damage, but unfortunately, Lucien finds himself getting picked up here. Oh, but a drop works out so well for Lucien in this set. The overhead being clipped. No ability to tag back into the Yasuo as well. 2H is going to whiff with the delay follow then, but no full pickup then too. Misses the super follow-up off of the 5H to send it, but the super going to actually trade in favor of Lucien, though definitely more health to work with for this Yasuo. Any single clip could be enough to send it. Gets out of dodge with the JS1 into super tag assist from the dead Ekko, and then a run-up throw to close it out. Yata is built different.
Bro, betting it all on run-up throw is kind of crazy, man. But hey, it hit, so it worked, man. It worked, so great stuff there. Yata definitely showing some confidence here. Despite losing that last game, we are still up. We are still looking like a very competent player. And I know I was jinxing it earlier, but despite that, Lucien is clawing it back right now. Yata trying to capitalize here, maybe cash out as far to take out this Ekko. Nice stuff. Lucien gonna opt to go for the Fury here on our Yasuo. We're gonna see if we can 1v2 here a bit.
Yeah, there are definitely few characters as good as Yasuo in Fury. Unfortunate, decided to still spend the super, or at least try to spend it in between that Fury option. Gonna go ahead and fall, be able to punish, and look at this damage. Just did a basic B&B. I call it basic because it doesn't last for, 10 seconds, it feels like, but also able to end on the limit strike too. The power of Fury cannot be trifled with, but great use of that rewind follow-up here. Gonna get the Burrito S set up then, but parry into the 5L gets Lucien out of this sequence, push them to the corner. No strike 2, gonna go ahead and try to throw for their troubles. A double stack of wind walls then, no projectile zone in this area, and this follow-up is gonna be enough to do it. And despite a game going their way for Lucien in game 3, it's gonna be a 3-1 for Yata over Lucien. We are about to have grand finals of our Jeekly number 7 for 2XKO. We are going to have Bleed with that patented Ekko Illaoi freestyle, and Yata with their super strong, super synergistic, what is essentially being called the best team in the Yasuo Ekko. Let's see which of these players can get the self started. And so far, it is looking like Yata is the one here. Great sequence to get that hard knockdown, limit strike set up, Burrito OS, but the wake up attack is enough to actually stop it here. And there is the break immediately being spent. Actually rewinds through the break here. Bleed showing us all these extra layers to potentially even beat out of these system mechanics. And you are thinking, if you are Yata, let me use my dang tools to get you off me. But Ekko says, no way. I've already seen that future.
I love Bleed going for that, just that wake up S1 right there. Talk about seeing the future, man. If you're in a situation like that with Illaoi, like sometimes that forward S1 is just going to be fast enough. It is just going to work. And it came out on top here for Bleed here, tagging back to our Ekko, finishing off that very quick first round here. Now, don't let Bleed fool you. We may play this mid-tier Illaoi out here, but this guy is going to cook. A very strong player out here in the scene. You're going to see them up in top 8s of a lot of these strong brackets, including ours. But Yata is still going to try to fight back here. We are on that loser side, but we're feeling hot out here. Look at this happy birthday, tagging back into our Ekko and keeping that combo up. Great stuff.
route was so sick, and being able to actually end in Limit Strike as well. Oh, does not get unfortunate as someone who plays Yasuo. That is a missed Kara. You go to try to get the jump option, and it just kind of, you get a dash into nothing. Definitely a bit of a bummer here. Now you sit here and watch this tentacle Empress put you all the way in the corner, knocks you into there. Actually had a chance to tech out there as well, but still gonna go ahead and reset that opportunity into a dead Ekko. And you know, while the opportunity could always be there for a character like Yasuo against a player like Bleed, you know they are ready to cover multiple layers. Game 1 going Bleed's way, but like, you are absolutely seeing it in some of these sequences. Yata has the ability to take it, but it has been such a tall order for so many players to make Bleed actually bleed.
Yeah, I'm keeping a buck, bro. You got your commentary reel. You got a few clips after this one. I'm keeping a million. Things to add to your commentary reel, that is. But right now, until we get there, we got to get through this bracket. And Yata is going to try to do so, fighting back here. Bleed tagging back, though. Got that tentacle bouncing you around. Yata going to have to fight here on this solo Ekko. Bleed feeling pretty comfortable here. No, neither player, rather, with our breaks or our furies. But despite that, Bleed saying, hey, I don't need a defensive mechanic if I'm running my offense nonstop.
Yeah, and it's just, it's so interesting to see players that, you know, like in certain matches earlier, or seasons earlier, just like ran undeniably strong pressure, great mix-up, good choices on offense and defense, and you can still have them find a player of Bleed's caliber that can kind of just make a little bit lost in some of the opportunities here. But despite feeling a little lost at times, we were able to take out that Ekko despite being safely switched out. Ooh, the up tentacle not connecting, but not punished for their troubles. Oh, and I love that choice because we ended up parrying the assist instead. We just took the space with the run up, tried to send the level 3 to kick out this Ekko, but no full sequence finished as well. The run up throws enough to take it here. And I think we can actually combo into the super after. We did not actually get it. Maybe thinking break was going to be coming in, but gonna go ahead and still get a round in Bleed's side of the ring here. But this sequence, at what point did it come? When is the tag gonna come back in? Retreating guard gets a little bit of space here, kind of breaks up the sandwich opportunity from it, but now you find yourself stuck in the corner. This never seems to end, but the cross through sever gets us out. Immediately break being spent by Bleed, not trying to give Yata any opportunity to cook, but despite what they want, Bleed find themselves gonna get taking this knockdown, likely gonna be a limit strike opportunity. Not quite limit strike, but gonna go ahead and get that burrito S on deck here. Full screen, stuck it there, runs into the strike down option from Ekko, knocking into wind wall as well. Our players are just not wanting to block a damn thing, and I don't blame them. Imagine trying to block these characters in this game, looking like William Dafoe looking in the sky here, waiting for this pain come in as well. Will break come out, we'll keep it knowing, and I love that despite Yata probably wanting to keep the team together, Bleed was ready with that tag out to potentially block that Fury.
Man, Bleed looking really strong there, taking out that Ekko, but despite that, Yata with this Fury pop as well is looking to try to cash out, and honestly, we've been dealing some collateral damage here to this Ekko. At this point, the HP is well in Yata's favor. Despite that, Bleed with this character advantage will be able to use this mechanics a lot more efficiently. And with that, we're going to use this combo to cash out. And now the HP is back in Bleed's favor. In fact, we may be taking out Yata's Yasuo here with that tag launch. Bleed getting game 2 here on the board.
Yeah, and basically, like, the beyond optimal routing from Bleed there as well. Found the way to get the opportunity to not only spend one of your super with that time winder super, then still being able to pick up as Ekko into tag assist, and then finish it off with Illaoi. Bleed here, if they get this game, they will then add another Jeekly 2x KO to their belt. But Yata has been here before. Yata definitely has the ability to win one themselves. but it is tough to overcome a player of this caliber. But a great air throw here by Yata, answering back, and despite kind of how much the momentum has been in Bleed's favor here, Yata still at a bit of an advantage on the health level. The 5L matches out, and Bleed, a little frustrated with the sequence, sends the break right away. Yata ready with that freestyle tag out to block it then. But despite being ready for it, despite baiting it out here, Bleed still find a way to get the hit. Good try to attempt on the cross through, but the parry was so ready from Bleed. Double charge 5H routing. It's going to be a little less damage, though, because of the parry scaling. So there's that hard knockdown. Tentacle super. Guess for your life. You tried parry, but it was incorrect. Oh, but no combo to pick it up after. Oh, the drops are coming in a little bit here, but you have to be ready for the scramble. And despite thinking that they're ready, sending the super here, Bleed not even going to be missing that Ekko, as we're trading Ekko for Ekko and a big life advantage, plus having Yata in the corner here.
Despite that, Yata, even in the corner, was able to stance on the other side of Bleed and then get a cross-up twice in a row on the return of Time Winder there. But even with that tricky mix, Bleed still able to roll ourselves up the set point. That's a really strong thing about Illaoi, right? Like, yeah, she may not be the flashiest character, but bro, you hit 5M into, 5M into ABC, jump cancel ABC, you just hit super at any point. You can finish off your opponent even in those scramble spots. Bleed in a great spot here. Got you in a happy birthday as well. 2 tentacles to back us up, to keep that wake-up attack safe.
Oh my god, and the layers of coverage that we are seeing from Bleed in some of their sequences is so impressive. Even with this drop here, it feels like the momentum is so heavily in their way. They are so close to taking this set, but Yata get an opportunity, an uncommon drop here. How it's going to start, but there are so many layers of, is it going to be across them? Is it going to be double overhead? What will it be? But despite getting clipped out there, Yata not able to keep the sequence going, and they were able to fight out here, but a great answer back by Yata as well. Character apiece this way. We were kind of here before. Gonna see if Yata can get that hit, and it starts with a cross through on the sever. Gonna get that limit strike. We have level 3 there. Multiple sends on these stance cancels. Not sure if intentional or not, but even on the backdash attempt, Bleed is gonna just send the level 3, take you to the Kraken, who they have deemed you will not get a win in this set tonight. That is gonna be a 3-0 for Bleed over Yata, and they will be your Jeekly 2XKO number 7 champion.
All right, y'all. 2XKO every Sunday at 8 p.m. EST. Would love to have you. We also host other fighting games as well. Check us out in the Discord. And we also do it offline in Edgewater, Maryland. If you're interested in that, you also find it in the Discord. Until then, subscribe, do all that stuff. And we'll see you next week. Peace out.